It may come as a surprise that as we wander through these woods, we have discovered... Ta-da! Check this out. Another one of these little spooky things. Last time we touched this thing, though, we got, like, jumped on by a bunch of guys. And I have no idea what this ranger is looking for, but she's looking for it. Just staring out into the distance. We found another one of these spooky things. Probably going to be, like, a long, ancient memory. A bunch of, like, lore and world building for things we're going to struggle to understand. Let's go. Here we go. You boys ready for it to get spooky? Take that as a yes. Good enough.
We have been here before. Do distant winds breathe soft across your skin too? Sweat, salt on the skin, joints ache from lifting. We'll leave the temple dome unfinished, she said. No story is ever completely told. Now, our memory is a wound, reopened. It didn't have to die.
Show me.
Twin stars fall through night and collide beside the sea. Nekad and Enhekala. The arc of one bright light obliterates the other. You are Enhekala, a Tabaru Sinakis. You speak for the garden, and for us, the gardener. You have not seen Nekad for 10 years on the day you come to blows. Which memory of him is true? Things were good between you for a time. But who was Nekad to us in Hekala? Help us to remember. Nekad, your guide. He found you in a marketplace, the youngest child of Avowed 7, and recognized our thumbprint on your brow. He took you to the other Tabaru Sinakis, though he was not one of them. He helped you find your soul's home. In Hekala, did you worship him? From him, you learned to be strong for others, even when you felt weak. He taught us too. What did Nekad learn from us? He was right to be afraid. There was a disaster. In a temper, we did something terrible. Many of our people died. It was why you built it, Naku Tedek. But in Hekala, what did we do? The rock slide took a village with it. We recall a shard of memory. We were battered, weightless. The earth gave way beneath our feet. We were left to fall alone. There was no time to scream. We looked with horror upon what we had done. How could you bear to speak to us? We twisted beneath the brand of your forgiveness. It burned us to know you never expected better. After the crisis passed, the people wailed in agony. Did the dead forever wander the nothing of the in-between? You proposed an easy road for their souls to travel on, Naku Tedek, where you returned the dying to the Adra and their bodies to the soil. Sublimination of the individual to benefit the whole. We should like that to be our way. Yet Nekad, your mentor, opposed Naku Tedek's construction with his every breath and word. How could he despise your mission? We do not remember why. Preserving the old ways was the hinge Nekad's life turned upon. Without his purpose, he would have been lost for how to live. Your mentor, Nekad, was a story keeper, and our people's stories say that your souls are wild things. Your souls leave your bodies and run free across the land to enter death and return to life in their own time. So it has been, and so Nekad believed it should always be. Why did you betray him?
These whole little narratives have me so lost. This is a strange voice telling me about something I've done in a place I've never been with people I've never met. And we get to change the course of this event. We could say I believed him, or I agreed, or I don't care, or I didn't betray him. He betrayed me. Like, I don't know how this changes things. Is this just for kicks and giggles, or is this actively shaping the end narrative in the direction it goes? Now, how about he betrayed me? There.
Trust, faith, willingness to concede that others might know best. This is what preoccupied you. We remember now. When he finally saw Naku Tedek and understood what you had built, what did Nekad do?
Like, we get all these questions. Just tell us a story or let us tell you a story. I don't know.
You threatened him with violence. He wept and begged to know why you stole true reincarnation from the people. His tears shone. He did not wait for you to answer. He pulled a knife from his belt. The torchlight flickered on the steel. He held it to your throat. What did you do, Enhekala, when your mentor threatened your life? We remember. Steel on steel, a spurt of blood, a sound of pain. You stood over him and wept. Could he have been right about you? One more thing, Enhekala. What did you feel as he died? You planted a tree near Naku Tedek to remember him by. As it grew, we learned that we should not pass judgment, but observe. We twine together. We reach for the sky. We grow. We grow. We grow.
Okay. They're always worth sitting through so you can punch your way to 10% bonus max essence and 900 XP. That is huge. And I'm also kind of hoping that there's like someone who's a big fan of the lore and knows exactly what's going on and why, and is thrilled to find out more, because I gotta tell you, I am over here like, yep, sure, okay, we did it. That was us. Now the real question is, as we come into the city, will we be accosted by the rebels? Will we be attacked by the load screen? Okay. Will we be attacked by the steel garrote, right? Are they going to recognize that we've tore up their whole camp? Looks like the short version of that is no. Wasn't she posted up like right around here? I think so. Huh. Nobody killed us yet. That's always good. Couple of exclamation marks over here, though. Is it a bounty board?
Rumor has it there's an envoy from Adir among us in Fjord.
Yeah, it's me.
Please give them a warm welcome.
That's nice. Old Nuna.
Be careful with all.
The Zarimps? I think we've actually...
Oh, the Trentons.
Hey, bounty master.
And all godlike. I've heard whispers that one of your kind was here in the living lands.
Whispers?
It is a pleasure to meet you.
Whispers?
In case it wasn't clear, I'm the point of contact for anyone with bounties to turn in. So return to me if you have any to claim.
I've got bounties.
Diverus? You work fast.
Here.
If only we could find a way to coexist with them. But I suppose it is in their nature to oppose innovation. Huh? Nature?
I've got bounties to turn in.
From the depths of my soul, I thank you. May their poor souls find peace in their rest.
I've got more bounties.
Good. Outlaws living off the hard work of others deserve nothing less.
I've got more bounties.
I see. Then the other bounty hunters did not fare so well. I am glad at least to know of their fate. Perfetto. Return when you have more to claim.
Oh, there's one more bounty we missed. Man, this like quest list really needs some work. I'm constantly getting massively, like it looks like pretty straightforward. Side quests, there they are. But for some reason, the completed ones still have an exclamation point. Kill old Nuna. I'm pretty sure we killed old Nuna. Okay, bounty check. Bounty check. New bounty acquired. Claim bounty completed. Why didn't these like notifications pop up when we turned them all in? Or collected them?
What?
So is there still a bounty then? Bounty. Old Nuna. Track. Show me this old Nuna. I guess we didn't kill an old Nuna? That's weird. I was pretty sure. Zarips. Okay. The bandits. Some woodland people. This guy. Old Nuna. Within the grotto. Huh. I guess we didn't get old Nuna. That's fine. Okay. Let's go find the governor dude. Unless there's something really good to buy here.
Can I interest you in some glaive berries or better spells, perhaps?
Probably not. Man, just trying to make sure that we don't get jumped by rebels. I don't want to like go back there and find the notes. It's like, hey, if the envoy runs in, make sure to poison him. Wink.
Welcome to...
Okay, we need this awaken Adra pretty bad, actually. A little bit of a bummer, but we do. And if we start tearing these up, they break down into Adra. That sucks. 8,000. Me feeling pretty good about 17,000 money. This economy, though, just absolutely outscales our earning. I mean, good stuff, but what are we going to do with it, you know? No uniques. Interesting. Upgrade material. I think these are all technically upgrade materials, but maybe they're enchanting parts. And the potions. And no lockpicks.
All ingredients are fully stocked.
All ingredients are fully stocked. Let's grab this side quest, but probably ignore it. I don't know if we care about this one. What's up?
Oh, you startled me. This old woman can get lost in prayer from time to time. You must be the Adiran envoy I've been hearing about. Apologies for any hardships you may have experienced getting here. The failing crops, the strange beasts, and even the dream scourge are all the result of our neglect of the dead.
That's a lot of blame on people who can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
The dead of Fjord expect certain rituals to be carried out. I have failed to perform those rituals, and now the spirits are angry.
You think the problem's here because of angry spirits?
We cannot take that chance. There are angry spirits, and you know the problems we face. I believe the two are related. Our recent dead require a final meal to ease their passage from life. Without it, they can't rejoin the cycle.
You've got people waiting in line for their next meal, and you want to waste food on the dead?
I got food from the grain merchant stores. I just need someone to leave it at the graves. The dead will take it from there.
Flesh and bone, they bring the fruit to those who cannot eat. What tree calls for its branches to endure these rituals?
Of course. I follow a Valian tradition that teaches that the journey back to the cycle is a long and perilous one. Barrett appears as the usher to guide souls into the next life, but those who lose their way risk the ire of the Pallid Knight. We offer food to the recently dead to still their minds and give them something to offer should the Knight demand her toll. The recently dead are nearly as alive as you or I. Many don't believe they're dead, and many rebel against Barrett's beckoning. Any peace we can offer only helps them accept their fate and move on to the next life.
What do you actually need?
You must take these offerings of food and place them at 3 grave sites where the recently dead lay. The first offering goes to a cliffside grave on the southern coast. The second offering goes to a grave in the swamp, far to the west from here. The final offering should be taken to the truffle farm east of Fjord, where a family lost their lives to the encroaching wilds. I believe it will do exactly that. The spirits will find closure and rest, and the living can move on from this recent tragedy. Be careful, friends. The angry spirits lash out blindly. I cannot predict what awaits you at these graves.
Next time you want to tour graveyards, I'm staying at camp. We should help the living and let the dead rest.
I can't thank you enough for helping to ease the conscience of an old lady. Please, return when the rituals are complete.
Okay, here's my problem. This seems like the absolute most mundane busy work quest. Let's all go to 3 random separate locations. Let's all take a bet together, okay? We're all gonna make a guess. Do we think that Can we bust this down? Do we think those 3 locations are like super far away from each other, triangle on the map for maximum walkage? Let's find out.
Look at these crops. Look at your city.
Second.
The dreams
Okay,
will just
come
lay
up on
waste
top.
to our home.
Okay. Let's keep tracking the elder offerings. Go to the map. There it is. Aha. So, one of them is here. Which is, oops. One of them is here, down on the coast. One of them is way over here, up in the swamp. And one of them is all the way where we came in these like little hills here by this farm as well. Wouldn't be hard for us to like get to right now, but like
Scourge and Emerald Stare.
The land begs to differ.
but like darn, like if we had come here at the start,
I can prove it.
We can discuss this in private.
We are discussing it now.
if we had come in here at the start, maybe it would have been pretty easy to like just kind of walk around and get them, but like now it feels a little silly to treasure chest be going around doing that. But I'm having a small issue here. We can't upgrade our weapon until we get corrupted Adra, and corrupted Adra is made from 3 Adra, and we need like 20 Adra or something to get our next upgrade, which is like kind of mind-boggling just how much that is. Is we have like 1, maybe 2. Go back through, you know, the last hour or 2, and then remember that I'm trying to run some cleanup between episodes just for a little safekeeping of things, and it's abundantly clear that, oh boy, it is going to be just wildly difficult to get all these Adra. So are all these things powered off of dead people? All these little purple things because they're ripping the souls out of bodies or something? Like, is this a whole society of necromancers or? Okay, I think we finally found a shop. We really would, sir. Let me make sure I grab whatever this is. Go. Like, all these trees showing up on the mini map are nice, but in the city I'm trying to find the merchants. Here we go. I wonder what he's cooking back here. Some stew. too. Nice.
If you are looking for sanctuary, you have found it. The Gifted Magpie is a house of calm, rational discussion. We have only 2 rules of conduct. Maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice.
What am I smelling around here?
Cloves, cinnamon, and anise are just a few of the remedies that help foster a peaceful environment. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement.
Oh. Why?
Consider the dream scourge. One crisis, many ways to manage it, all of them frustrating in their contradictions. This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach problems from a quieter angle.
Really now?
Fior Mesiverno values individualism, but I much prefer to focus on the health of the community. Now, will there be anything else?
Why is this place called the Gifted Magpie?
Believe it or not, this building was once my father's grain warehouse. One day, a magpie landed on the rafters and spoke fluent Valian to anyone who would listen.
What did it say?
Among other things, it told my father the recipe for a blueberry tart. Popular item until the recent troubles. Helia is the goddess of birds and creativity. Yes, the spiritual significance of a talking magpie is debatable. But the tale inspired others to make this a haven of creativity. And so, here we are.
What happened to the magpie?
Who knows? Either it flew away on bad business, or it was just a metaphor to begin with. A good story knows where to end itself. The bad ones all end in grief.
Did you know the shopkeeper across the way comes in here and writes love poems to you and then puts them in her bed story? I can't believe this is even a dialogue option we can tell him.
What? I mean, I'm sorry. What? Could you possibly elaborate?
You know, she's writing love things for you.
Oh, no.
What is this?
I mean, oh, yes? It's just that these sorts of things happen to other people, but never me. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I don't know. Say something nice. What? This is like the dumbest conversation ever. This is like, you ever like had to drive a bus for a bunch of middle schoolers and this is what they talk about? What is this?
I was afraid you were going to say that. It seems I need to gather my wits and figure out what to do next. I have no skill with romance, you see. Oh, dear.
Can I order some tea?
Regrettably, we are out of tea. My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them. Trinkets I have collected over the years.
Okay. Wow. That was like so painful. Bonus 15% shock damage and minus 10% ability cost. Let's buy that. That's pretty nice. No intention of wearing it, but it was pretty nice. All right. Some grenades. A robe. Any fancy drinks here? Milk. Milk isn't bad. A little thorn fruit, some candied nuts, fresh water. Let's grab that fresh water. Why not? All right. Later, you little weirdo. Let's go.
I have been thinking
that was just so upsetting.
there is no odds on the odds.
Where's this guy at? Talk to me, Mayor. Governor.
How can you ignore what's right in front of you? The Dream Scourge is here, in the soil, and it's killing us. Oh my goodness. Are you a godlike?
Tell me, I was more curious what you were talking about.
Our farms are dying, and the politician here won't do anything about it.
Maybe you can talk some sense into our governor. Put the fear of the gods in him.
Seems more likely you'll have to punch some sense into him.
Excuse me, but unless you have official business, I'll thank you not to involve yourself in our private discussion.
You're having a private discussion in the middle of the street at the top of your lungs? This is not a private discussion.
Of course. The Adiran envoy, Ambassador Hilgard, sent a missive telling me to expect you. How delightful. You speak with a measure of authority, but I caution you to remember who's in charge around here.
Now that's what I call a first impression. As you can see, I was just proving a point to our esteemed governor.
A cart full of spoiled vegetables. You call that a point?
Ha! Emerald Stair used to be a lush garden for miles around, and now I don't even recognize it. First came the invasive species, roots and mycelium growing overnight, as though nature itself had gone mad. The Dream Scourge has twisted our lands, our wildlife.
Agreed.
And now, our farms.
Is there any chance an animancer can help me look into it? I don't know a lot about animancy, but I am here after this Dream Scourge, the Soul Plague.
Then there's no time to waste arguing with bureaucrats.
We definitely agree on that.
I believe that we can restore the land, bring back its soul and its sanity, cut off the Dream Scourge at the root. Our governor would rather ignore the problem. He doesn't trust animancy as his father did.
Maybe he's being cautious.
Thank you. It's good to see some sense around here for once.
The time for caution has passed. The failure of our crops will demand swift action.
Before we can deal with the Dream Scourge, we first need to understand it. Unfortunately, new experiments have to go through him.
Must be nice that all the arguing isn't about you, for once.
I'm just trying to stop Chiata from hurting herself. Animancy is dangerous when you're shooting in the dark.
Shooting in the dark? What's the worst that could happen? Let's ask a dumb question.
Are you going to tell him about your family's basement? Or should I?
How dare you use that against me?
I know it was an accident, but look what it cost you. We can't let it happen again.
While we argue among ourselves, the Dream Scourge is tearing the living lands apart. Tearing our people apart.
Tell me about the basement.
It's nothing. Our governor is backed into a corner and lashing out. I almost respect him for it. Buy me a drink sometime, and I'll tell you all about my family's basement.
Okay.
I doubt it. Well, Governor, looks like I'm taking some time away from my duties. I'll trouble you no more.
Your request is denied, Chiata.
I wasn't asking.
Your responsibilities are to the settlement. Turning away from them sets a precedent that I cannot allow.
Everything I have proposed has been for Fior, and you still refuse to cooperate. Under the circumstances, I don't have much of a choice.
Then neither do I. Chiata Castel, from this day forth, you are banished from Fior Messiverno.
What?
Whoa, you're banishing her for that?
What?
Ignacy, we can't lose our brightest animancer in the middle of a crisis.
Your pupil has gone too far, Quilici. Take her and leave. You're still a guest in my town, but to us, Chiata is an outcast.
I feel like you're making a mistake, dude.
It's a bit too soon to tell.
Governor, this is unacceptable. Your father would have kept this community together at any cost.
Don't bother, old man. He isn't his father. I've done all I can for Fior Messivernal. But you haven't even tried. Now limp back to your giant house like a good dog. We should talk somewhere private. Meet me at my house due west by the workshop.
Okay, sure.
I'll find us another bedroll.
Oh, okay. Can we talk to this governor guy? Dude. Another time, envoy. Okay. Can we loot your place? You got anything good? Anything fancy? No locked doors. Love that. What's he got? Oh, a bedroom key. Cool, cool. A Valiant breastplate. Okay, we've got his armor. His journal. Found a little party room. For little parties only. What's going on in his workshop? That's the exact same room as the, what's his name? The ambassador. Same shape, same desk. Love that. It's gotta help with development time, right? When you can reuse assets. Hold on. Okay, I think this is from the Rebels. We've picked up a few notes here in this map section from signed off with your friends in town. It says, Governor, all this talk of the dream scourge infecting the land is growing too loud. If it was just Squilici, we could see our way past it. Call him senile and discussion's over, yes? But now Giada is speaking for him. You'd be hard-pressed to find an animester who doesn't trust her. To put it plainly, we demand results of one kind or another. Let the old man do his research or find a way to discredit him. If you're lucky, he'll discredit himself. What are you afraid of? Either way, this has to end. Your father would have put a stop to it. Come on, dude. Tell us.
I'm sorry you had to witness that spectacle. Giada is a spirited animancer, but she can be intolerable at times. Whatever you may think of us, I welcome you to Fior Messiverno.
I wish we could confront him about the note we just picked up, but our dialogue choices are only, it's never boring here. Thank you, I'm going. You really don't believe the crisis is bad? Why don't you listen to them? Like, they're all kind of weak dialogue choices. When we picked up a letter knowing he's being pressured, knowing that his father would have done something different, knowing that they're trying to manipulate him, force him to discredit these people who I think are maybe his comrades.
Squilici wants us panicking over what he can't even prove. If there's a threat to Emerald Stair, it's that old man and his fear-mongering. Don't waste your time on him.
Why are you so afraid of him?
He was loyal to my father, but never to me. And he knows how to rally others to his side.
This Nimdude wouldn't see a Balrog coming if it did a little dance right in front of him.
If there's nothing more, I have a city to run.
The trees are eating your people.
No one is denying that the Living Lands is a dangerous frontier. Take Fior Messiverno. This city has fought a war of attrition since the day my father laid the first stone. We have always persisted, and nothing will change that. Nothing.
I think you're losing this.
I know the Living Lands must seem wild and untamed to one so accustomed to the comforts of court. Some of us have the distinction to call this place home, sharp edges and all. We can outlast the wilderness.
You do know that your rangers are actively spying for a religious zealot organization that has its roots deep in the Empire.
What a disgrace. Among other things, the Steel Garrote persecute animancers. They'd love nothing more than to unravel everything we've built here. Tell me, what's your interest in this matter?
Tell them we want money.
At least you're honest about it. I'll be sure to have a word with Captain Asierno about our security. I appreciate the warning. If more adherents were like you, maybe we wouldn't have to worry about the Steel Garrote.
Yeah, about that. You've got a whole camp of them planning to burn down your city.
The Steel Garrote? Here? Well, well. Apparently nature is not the only foe in Emerald Stair. Worse, my rangers turned a blind eye to it. Satisfy my curiosity. Why am I hearing this from the Adiran envoy? Don't you and the Steel Garrote share the same master?
No. They are religious fanatics first.
For my sake, I'm glad to hear it. Take this with my gratitude. And let us pray this is the last we've seen of the Steel Garrote.
Okay. Okay, that's everything. Yeah, I really wish... Oh, this is just a lovely piece here. The stained glass. Would have been so cool if we could break it and he, like, loses his mind, has this order to be assassinated. He also joins the rebels. Whatever. Okay. So... where to next? We go to check on Giada or whatever? Just missed it. Why are they all sitting here like they've been put in timeout? Like they're all naughty? They're all sitting here, legs kind of together, arms crossed the same way. Like they're waiting to go into the principal's office for something bad they did. Oh my goodness. All right, looks like there's a shop up here on the right.
Even if we want to stop them, we
Well,
may not
dude.
be able to.
I was not expecting such an esteemed guest in my humble workshop. Are you in need of any weapons or armor? The roads haven't been safe as of late.
What do you know about this star metal?
Is that Gelarde? This is star metal. Very rare stuff. Where did you get this? Nay, don't tell me. I'd be tempted to go looking for some more, and that would certainly not end well.
Okay. I mean, quick question, though. What's special about this metal exactly?
Star metal is exceptionally dense. It weighs much more than one would think from its size. More fascinating, however, is that this metal is suffused with dormant essence. This makes it naturally susceptible to enchantment.
Can you do anything fancy with it?
No. Unfortunately, I don't know how to work the metal into anything useful. Only enchant it. I did receive a shipment from Solace Keep recently, however. A mace crafted out of star metal, brought to me by a trader from Galloway's Tusks. I suggest you make your way there if you're looking for someone to work that beautiful metal into a proper weapon.
Galloway's Tusks? Come on, it can't be that complicated. I bet you 5 skates a Smith and Thirdborn would know what to do with this stuff.
I don't want to bet.
Well, that's one way to save your coin.
Is there anything else I can help you with, amigo?
You're a weapon vendor here, but we're surrounded by necromancers.
Nay, not really. But not all of us in Fjord are animancers, you know. Besides humble craftsmen such as myself, we have the rangers to outfit. Under normal circumstances, I'd not sell to a traveler like yourself. But as I'm sure you've seen, these are not normal circumstances. Care to see what I have?
Yes. Just a quick question. You're not an animancer then?
Officially no, but I have been known to dabble with essence infusion here and there. I have one such item for sale, actually. A beautiful mace made of star metal, crafted by the finest smiths of Solace Keep and enchanted by yours truly. It is a wonder to behold. Care to see?
Okay. Oh boy. So he sells 2 Awakened Adra, 3 Adra, 5. We're just buying all his upgrade material. All his lock picks. He's got a bunch of exceptional gear. But we can't afford it. Which is a bit of a bummer. Weapons. He's got a whole bunch of fancy weapons too. And some grenades. Now I wonder...
Welcome back. Care to take a look around?
We haven't sold anything in a little while. Alright. I think that's good for the minute. I think we spent 10k here, which is kind of crazy. Open that door, make sure we're grabbing this stuff. So to upgrade our sword, we need Corrupted Adra. And we can get like 1 Corrupted Adra, I think, from 3 Adra. And we have 6. So we can get 2 more plus this 1, so we're at 3. Yeah, we're pretty far away still. It's a cool building.
Confounded machine.
Animancy Workshop. Anything up top worth noting? Maybe something over here. There we go. I could hear the jingle. Okay.
What do you think of Giatta's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a little...
unpredictable. Like, the essence has no sense of direction.
How did you know?
We should talk, but not here.
Sorry about that. So clearly Giatta does have not only a following, but her experience
I have to do something.
is not unique to... Like she said, hey, this thing is destroying our everything. The soul plague, it's a big deal. But clearly the other animancers believe this as well. Wonder what this represents. Here's another of the exact same thing. Maybe it's just they're like, I can't think of what it's called now.
Adra is healthy. It's the essence I'm concerned about.
Maybe it's their, you know, coat of arms or something.
Like
I thought we could come up here and
have you ever stopped and listened?
Go in the door. All right, let's talk to the wild man.
I'm sure.
Envoy. I'm sorry. I'm not in a place to talk right now.
You look tired.
I'm not concerned with that. Not now. Yesterday, I made an incredible discovery. We can use half as much Adra to achieve the same results. And then I thought, what if one day it's a third, a quarter, a speck?
I'm not sure I follow the issue exactly.
It's too much power. Who knows what kind of chaos we'll create? I have been reading Ethelmir's treatise on Wotica. Perhaps she's right. Maybe animancy should be reined in.
Come on, there's no such thing as too much power. How about show your colleagues it can be used for good?
How can I? All right. I'll do some more tests and see where they lead me. But I won't publish anything until I'm absolutely sure. I hope I'm right.
Okay.
Shudder to think what will happen if I'm not.
Oh, she lives right next door. Sure. Oh, this is the house we busted through, isn't it? Of course it is.
That did not go as I had planned.
What did you think would happen when you confronted him so?
Well, my first idea was to mess up his house. Maybe break a window or two.
Perhaps I should thank you for showing restraint.
Well, we stole your sweet roll.
I'm sorry you had to see that. What an asshole.
Giatta, some manners, if you please.
I thought she was being polite.
We're on the verge of extinction, but our governor is too busy protecting his fragile ego. I want to live in his version of Fior Messiverno. But instead, I'm stuck here, in reality.
You did challenge his authority.
I know, but... curses. Without Fior Messiverno, I'm hardly even an animancer. My tools, the workshop, all gone.
You're probably better off without the governor controlling you.
Most of us would be better off without tyrannical bureaucrats. At least now I'm free to study whatever I want, on my terms. The Dream Scourge has been a thorn in my side for too long.
How so?
I have plans for this island, and they don't involve the Dream Scourge. But that's a story for another day.
Your parents would be proud to see such tenacity.
Anyway, listen to us babble. Let's talk about you. I never expected to see an Adiran envoy here. You've got a lot of guts showing your face in a town full of animancers.
It's all about the Dream Scourge.
How generous of you. Our first order of business is the Dream Scourge, but I'm also curious about you. There aren't many godlike left these days.
You think there's a connection?
Wouldn't that be a coincidence? I only bring it up because Animancy might offer us some insight into your nature. Keep an open mind. While I pack up my belongings, you can help me by...
We're gonna let her finish.
I don't even know. I just realized this is the end. I have to leave your Messiverno. Forever.
I guess take all the time you need, I don't know.
As much as I would love that, we're already out of time. When it comes to the Dream Scourge, we haven't been allowed to acknowledge the problem, much less act on a solution. Today, that changes. I need help from the animancers around town, but as you can see, I'm an outcast.
What will the governor think?
Let him grouse. His good opinion means nothing to me anymore. Manto Pastor is in the workshop due west. He's got an invention that can help us. Elia Rossell is an authority on the undead. Her methods are controversial, but useful. She lives in a cottage southeast of town. And then there's Yvette and Remy, our philosophers. You'll find them at the docks, southeast of Fjord. Each of them owes me a favor. Drop my name and they'll tell you what they know about the Dream Scourge.
What's your theory?
I'd rather not speculate until we have more data. If you have questions, I'm sure the others can answer them. We're about to make history. But first, research.
Guessing she's not much of a hunter. Might want to get extra rations next time we go shopping.
Godlike, Imperial Envoy, Research Assistant. Who knew?
Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in. This sucks, guys. This is really what they want us to do? Alright, we will go back and talk to the same people we just talked to. Why do we even bother exploring sometimes, huh? Alright, who wants to talk to us? You? Let's talk.
Oh, I heard there was a new arrival, but I didn't expect a godlike. Welcome to our modest workshop. Giada, what a loss. I owe that young woman more than I could ever repay. Unfortunately, I cannot do a lick of research while my equipment is underpowered and overworked.
You can't fix it?
Oh, I can, but it's a matter of getting all the necessary parts. What I need is a stronger power source.
Like what?
We can't make something out of nothing. We're still limited by our resources. I could use a large single block of Atra, but harvesting it is difficult in this environment. Oh, wait. One of our rangers reported that an Adragon recently died in a western grove. An Adragon's heart can hold an immense amount of essence. The grove is to the west, across the chasm. You can't miss it. The rangers say a Delamgan queen holds court there. You may be able to retrieve it without violence, but most Delamgon in these parts are hostile to Keith. So you can understand why none of us went rushing over there to find it when we heard the Adragon had died. Still, Delamgon queens can be reasoned with, so if you want to get the heart peacefully, try not to kill her guards.
So he says we can get a peaceful solution to a problem if we don't kill guards. We've killed a lot of things, man. I don't know. We might have already like taken them out.
Do be careful. Emerald Stair is not itself these days.
Well, let's go.
Okay.
That Adragon's heart isn't gonna yank itself out.
Yeah, great point. So he wants us to go yank an Adragon heart out. Let's talk to whoever's at the letter B over here. Update, we're going to C first because it's in front of me. Sometimes that's just how decisions get made. You think there's like a big thought behind it, some kind of logical, reasonable reason. Oh no, this is just in front, walk forward. Will loot.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed? The gods are silent.
Why is it so loud?
Neither. They just are. Anything else is speculation.
Don't tell me there's a chest under here.
I hate speculation. I answer.
There is. Let's try to get too wet if we can. Oh boy. Gonna glitch right through everything, but cannot climb this. Okay.
Did you hear that Giata was... Rem,
Let's talk.
Look what I found. A genuine godlike.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend?
Let's just blanket them.
Remy, take a note. The endangered godlike's vacant gaze betrays an unquenchable thirst for violence. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
Why are you so rude?
It's just that we've never met a godlike before. This is a big day for us.
You have no manners?
Giata must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giata needs to finish her research. Deal?
No. Why don't you just help her?
The information wouldn't be worth anything if we just gave it to her freely, now would it? Let's begin the examination. If you could choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go round the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
We have no choice. We're locked into this conversation and have to say something. I don't know.
Forget what I think. Let's...
Next question.
I have what I need. You...
My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us?
What are you talking about?
It's a simple question. You have a fragment of a god inside of you. All we have are silent, unsympathetic gods, and a lifetime of unanswered prayers.
Yeah, I think you're like absolute morons.
Insightful answer, but not helpful.
Oh, I thought of another.
No.
We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone? Yvette, take a note. Godlike are inherently uncooperative. Approach with caution. I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giata wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
How about neither?
We've heard that one before. Good thing we don't listen to criticism.
Giata will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Why are they connected?
Ah, of course. The idea is a bit high-minded. Adra acts like a pathway for souls as they rejoin the wheel.
And the Dream Scourge is a plague of the soul, is it not?
So, just as Adra channels essence, so too may it provide a key to discovering more about the Dream Scourge.
Anything else helpful you could say?
An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trace this tether back to its source.
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the process.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy.
No.
But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
That's right.
Hurry, before they change their minds.
They want to cut us open?
Ugh, I might have dozed off there for a bit. Were any of those words the ones we needed?
Nope. They told us nothing we don't already know. The Adra and the Dream Scourge are connected to some degree or another. And then they were just rude and we had to sit through their nasty questions. All right, back to this whole chap over here. We started with them, actually. We've come full circle.
Emerald Stair has seen better days. With any luck, the turning of the seasons will favor us. Giata Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town?
Actually, he declared her banished.
That's our governor for you. Self-righteous even in his own ignorance. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm.
No.
I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo.
The Revenant in your barn? I already killed him.
You did? That was quick. Poor Silvo. He was a bright young Revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace.
Just give me the answers.
So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen.
Who else knows about this?
And end up like Giata. No, thank you. The corpses, they need me. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Animancers tug at the curtain between life and death. But only death can draw it open to reveal that truth. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, we're back at Camp Row for 2. Nobody knew anything of any value. It's just a bummer, man.
Envoy? Well, that was interesting, right?
No.
The woman arguing about the crops failing?
That's what he wanted to say. That was a boring conversation. I agree. It was a boring conversation. Kai, anything to add?
Living landers can be contrarian and combative, but it's still hard to swim against the tide with your own people, especially when it means getting them to face a hard truth, like Giada. She knows who she is and what she believes. She's got more clarity and conviction than I had at her age.
She has more clarity than you have now.
Hey, I am a willing victim of my own delusions.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'm so glad we talked about this, fellas. Let's get a good night's rest and hit it in the morning, or not get a good night's rest.
Stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field. The bars stifle us. We cannot recall when last we spoke. Hollow faces in a line. What has come of this place?
I have no idea.
Skin of the teeth. The flesh starves, but the soul is resolute. We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals?
They call it animancy.
A new tongue. An unfamiliar name. A harvest grows. The dead rise. What do they hope to achieve?
Power.
Touch the flame and see. They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make?
It's illegal.
Adir sleeps across the sea. They are not troubled by the laws of Kith. What do you say?
Wish they'd tell us what a kith is. They keep mentioning it. I keep thinking it's a person or a species or a place, but it's unclear. I don't know.
Fire that burns the forest feeds the soil with its ash. We have learned much. Dream of soaring wings in your repose.
Okay, well. Really hope you guys got a good night's rest. We sure didn't. What do we think a dragon heart is? I don't think it's actually a dragon. I think it's a dragon or something. Does this not go up here? Yeah, how do we get over there? Are we going the right way? Yeah, so we can come up here and turn left.
The trail goes through the ravine and into the glade. Careful where you step.
Oh, I see. There's a bunch of tree people walking around. So, dude said if we could avoid combat, it would be good. Let's try to avoid combat. I think that would be good. Why not? Let's trust the advice we were given. But if it's bad advice and somebody tries to kill us, maybe we do try and take them out. I don't know. All right. Oh, boy. And I thought that bear was a statue the way it was just standing there. It's not. We're going to try and avoid combat. We really are.
Coming from your right.
Better not be. I don't know what we're not supposed to fight or we are supposed to fight, but we can just avoid that one, so we did. We're in the glade. That's good. Excuse us. Panic run. Panic run. Ooh. There it is. It was like kind of a long way down. Ooh, a treasure chest. Wow, they're not happy to see us. I don't know why he told us to avoid combat, but he told us to.
Enough of my kin have fallen this day. This ends now.
Oh. Wait, is there any way to actually avoid combat, or this is just a trap? You're kidding, right? Why don't he tell us to try not to fight them if they're just gonna clobber us? Oh, they lock the doors. Okay. Huh. Well? Oh, we're stuck on an invisible wall. We can't even, like, jump up here.
Back on my feet.
Are you guys not?
Coming from the rear.
We can't ask Kai to cook this thing either. Excuse me, sirs. I'm like really trying to follow directions here, okay? Avoid combat. Can't be done. We also couldn't like just jump up there, steal it, and run away. I really thought we could. It's fine. It's done, dude. It's done. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Really, dude? I'm not happy about this. I think he set us up. I think he knew somehow
Back on my feet.
that we couldn't avoid combat. The Tempest guy. Ah, a bear? The Queen's Malice? She's got bears? I wonder if because we were in combat with the little Zarips, they all came down on us. Like maybe if we hadn't shown up here in combat, would have played out differently. That's my only guess. And we're poisoned. Little sporelings. Alright, where's our dude at? Sir? We're getting bullied over here by something. Oh, that's the queen. Wait, if she's down here, can we just take her stuff? Yeah, give me your goodies. Got it. Well, the walls came... Wait, stop that. The walls came down though, so I guess we can just run. Interesting. Let's try again, just out of curiosity. We are right where we were before, but we're not in combat. We're coming across this bridge. Okay.
Are those roots tearing the bridge apart or holding it together?
And I'm hoping that this will solve the issue of all the combat. We're gonna go right this time instead of left, maybe? Do we have to stealth this? Like... Look at this dude. He immediately tells everyone we're here.
Show me what you got.
Okay, fine. Queen's Fury. Is there just no way to do this, like, peacefully? Is this just our life now? Why is he so tanky? I mean, we are power attacking this guy. He's bleeding. He's poisoned. He's got fire damage building up. He's on fire. Sorry. Not on fire, but... Dude. Ah. But man, does it feel like our weapon has fallen off. Maybe it had to be stealth? I don't know, like... I mean, our weapons were sheathed. We didn't, like, have them out and start just whacking everybody. I don't know what can be done. Look, they're already mad at us. They're enemies down there. Maybe if I left everyone at camp so they weren't attacking?
Think the Delimgon did all that? Or maybe the land itself?
Like, I can jump down there, but I think it's going to make combat happen.
Quiet as the depths.
Yeah, instant rage. But if we just ignore them really quick before Kai and everyone attack.
Enough of my kin have fallen this day. This ends now.
She doesn't care at all. Well, we're back in it again.